Hi there, that's my friend Fabian. Fabian is the guy you know from the last video, the Tansau pressure test. And I told you he does European swordsmanship. So, exploiting the fact that I have now over 15 minutes for a clip, so YouTube tells me, we are going to play around a little bit with weapons. And he'll take the lead. What we will do is demonstrate how different systems act with what in the Filipino community is known as the #1 strike. How is that called?
It's right upper strike.
Right upper strike. So, since he's going to do the demonstration, you see I've got the plastic sword, apprentice. He's got the steel blade. It's non-sharpened, so this is a fully usable but exercise blade, non-sharpened. You couldn't cut a finger with it, let alone anything else. Safety always first. So, he will demonstrate how this is done in his system. Note, he does side stab and the blocking and all this. We will turn around a little bit so that you see the same action from a different angle. Note, the sword comes exactly through here, so very unpleasant for me. We will do it again, so we have a third angle. So, this is how it's done over there. Now, I will return the favor and will show how I have learned to do the same thing in a Chinese system. I won't use any of these ridiculous guards that are for the movies, so any decent fencer will have this guard. I will pretend this is a Chinese sword, so I will have it with one hand and will have the other hand in the guard, please. Cut. This can be a pierce or a cut. I recommend cutting because thus the sword doesn't get stuck. Again, from another angle, I go for the roof block here. Check. Do, in Filipino this would call a puño strike. I don't know how the Chinese call this. If he has a helmet, it still rattles him. I'm going for a cut. If he wears full armor, this part, the throat pierce, stab. Even the full armor wouldn't protect him against this. If he has no armor, then this is the end of his ability to wield the sword, and this is the end of the ability to pursue me. So this is one angle more. This is how it's done, or how I have learned it. So now you have seen the differences and the similarities. What I would like to do now is to demonstrate how the basic thing I would handle my naked arch against. Did I say that loud? Sorry. My naked hand against the sword, so same position. Get close to him, out of the way. Note where I am here. Do you see the leg trap? I have the other hand here. And if I really walk forward now, I destroy his leg. So I will just pretend what I'm doing here. If he's going back, then I got him here. So that is one of the things that can be done with the naked hand. Let's do this from another angle. Note, I did step out. You never have exactly how you get the leg trap, but I have both arms trapped. I have him here on the throat in a very bad position. I can now lean back. You see my elbow going down here. So this doesn't take much force on my side to just get him out of balance. And I could go into any kind of takedown from here. The main point is, please one time again, the main point again is closing the distance and getting that bridge. Basically, this is the relevant move. Necessary for that kind of stuff is, come again, if he is like here, I would probably go away, because if I'm too distant, the only thing I would actually end up is getting that thing in my head if I try to get in. So maybe what I have to do, if he comes, go out and in again. This was not rehearsed, so it doesn't look pretty, but the basic idea is you have to gauge the distance, which is why you need to practice with a lot of stuff. Again, you see, this is not rehearsed, so this is not a nice rehearsed demo. This is just to show how you must bridge the distance. The step I have is basically female triangle and turning in. And the rest is, please again. Thank you. And this is where all those nice, would you please put the sword away? Thank you. Where all these, where these nice drills come along. You see, my friend is still new to this kind of stuff, but because basically this enables me, if we just both rush forwards and throw our arms up, I somehow always know where I am. So no matter how I actually get him, I know how and where to proceed from here. Because one of the things you learn when you have that drill, please come again, is to take grabs, see the video that I made, and use the impulse he has. If my friend does it on me, come. If you practice this kind of stuff long enough, you have the sensitivity to actually get exactly. See, he gets me in the armbar. And the point is, with these kind of drills, you can do that at moment's notice and don't have to think about it. If you only practice in the very traditional way, come. This is good human dummy practice. Shows you all you need to know about the body mechanics. But if you only practice like this, you will never be able to pull it off, neither in the ring nor on the streets. That's where these drills come in. So, that is, please again, when we do that kind of practice, I never know how I will end up, but I know no matter how I end up, I will be able to take advantage of the position I find myself in. Because this, although it looks shitty, is still something that can be exploited. Because his legs are wide open to any kind of attack, and even if he would wear armor, his knees, joints would still be weak. I can wedge this down in the ground. Good luck getting that up before I can do something nasty. That's that. Now, let's take a look at how we do the same thing with sticks. First of all, with a single stick. Again, the same guard position. So, note I don't block this, because if this is a sword and I have a stick, I will probably not be able to block it. So again, puño, throat, and now probably an abanico, bang, bang, immobilize, get the knee. Note I have my hands here, so if he lets go with this hand to give me a fist, I still sense that, and while now the sword is ready, I'm still away, and well, we will have to go to another joust. But point is, female triangle, going out with a roof block, doing the check, stepping in. Because if I step like here, my groin is wide open, and that is very unpleasant. Yeah, because he could do all kinds of stuff. So, it is always out and in, what I showed on the dummy. So just to see that all that stuff can come alive. Please again. And you always want to go in. You don't want to be distant. Only if there is no other choice. Now, what happens if I have to have two? I can do this classical thing, bang. I would recommend to do that only for the movies, because what you see here is he's just cutting off all my fingers. So this cross-block stuff against the sword, stick against sword, that's good for the movies. But I wouldn't recommend doing it in practice. What I would really do is something far more useful and actually attack with both ends. I have the check here, I have the groin shot here, I have the foot trap here, and I have now a takedown with a check, and there is no, you see the puño is behind the neck, and there is no necessity whatsoever to use force. And I still could take him down if he was wearing armor. If he was wearing no armor, then elbow, puño, then things are over anyway. I mean, not that I expect to get attacked with swords in the streets a lot, but it's fun to practice that kind of stuff. Yeah. You can, of course, also go out like this. This is a fun move, actually more for the movies again, because as you can see, the footwork is going like this. So I'm crossing my legs. Nice move if you do choreography for the movies. Wouldn't recommend it for the street or for the ring. But it's fun to practice that kind of stuff, so just you know what's possible. I have the block here and the check here. I can come down here. I have him trapped against my body with a puño. I'm free to do all kinds of nasty stuff here. Okay. Now, I like to show a Silat perspective on trapping. If he again gives me such a strike, sorry, very sorry, you wrap. Let's assume he comes here, I wrap him here. Christmas. There's nothing much he can do. Please again. The point is forward with a take him here, or wrap him. He will get out of this, of course, but not before I have done a little bit of drumstick work. The same. Okay, you see? Shit, he got me. The same as it is supposed to be done. Check on the hand. Go behind him. Kick. Step down. Elbow. Arm break. And no worry for the stick, because if you receive an elbow against the head, that should rattle you. You could also press him down, get him here, and this is a trap where he won't get out. Now I can basically do whatever I want, and after the first 2 or 3 rattles, look, this is going in the throat, he won't even attempt to get out, and I can basically do whatever I like. Smoke a cigarette. Almost no possibility anybody gets out of this unless he's very experienced. And if he tries something, I can do very many bad things. So, now, just to show that this is not a one-man show, Fabian will show us some things from Kriegsswingen if I attack with some nasty things. So, for the sake of the demonstration, we will always use the number 1 angle so that you do have a comparison. You like to comment on?
Yeah, it's basically in war wrestling, generally you defend against daggers, meaning stabbing movement like this.
So let's pretend this is a dagger.
And you defend always by doing circles in front of you if you're not armed. If you're armed, you also try to do this, mostly to trap them. But it is circle, grab. This part of the body comes over, bring him down, grab here to secure him. And basically from here, I think you can already dislocate the shoulder. Or you can bring him around to the floor. And you've got your elbow on his throat to squeeze the breath out of him.
So as you can see, all lovely stuff. I think when he grabbed me and pulled me into this, when he really drops his body weight, my elbow breaks. I mean, happened in MMA cages more than once. So this is very valid. Main point is how to... Exactly. So I think this should go for the 15-minute limit. I would like to demonstrate something else with a drill. So let's for the moment say cut and